Hi, chat. How's it going? I may or may not have been, well, sitting in an IHOP with the boys when I was supposed to be streaming. So some really good planning there. But we're here. The issue is I was the only one who drove, so I just drive everyone back. Because that's how we all met up. So it took me a while. Yeah, nothing wrong with impromptu IHOP. Exactly. Les was in the call while me and Ender were talking about. We're like, wait, it would take us a while to drive and get everybody, but we could meet up. Oh, it was a lot of driving for not a lot of pancake. But in fact, I didn't even have pancakes. I had shrimp. That's definitely safe. I am worried about how I'm going to be feeling tomorrow, but hi, everybody. We're doing dungeon crawler work. So, I have gotten a little work done. Yeah, I have sure people's food poisoning. Yeah, probably. I have a feeling I'm going to be very sick tomorrow, but hey, it was some good shrimp. So, what I have changed is I have figured out the issues with our lovely little machine right here. Now, the biggest issue that I've solved is that we kept fixing issues here, but it wouldn't translate over here when I copy and pasted it. It was copy and pasting wrong. So I have now manually fixed all of these, which took a while, but they're all fixed now. And any future copies made should be good. I got food poisoning after eating food I got from Epcot a couple years ago. Yeah, I don't know if that's safe either. Theme park food also just isn't usually safe. Though I guess Disney should be safer. Love the spawn build? Well, thank you. Honestly, I'm gonna be changing it up a bunch because I have new ideas, but that's the basic version. So these are the rooms I've been working on today. You might notice they're a little repetitive. This is why I didn't plan them all out on stream. This is a lot of hours of work, actually. It just doesn't look like it. Mainly because none of this was copy and pasted. All of this was built by hand, bit by bit, and putting in all the rails and everything. It just pain. But pretty much each of these are going to be part of our crystal quarry zone as obstacle rooms. None of them have the obstacles in them except this one, which is also not finished. I kind of just got as much done as I could off stream, and then we'll just do the rest on stream. I do have this, though. This is amethyst ore. The issue is it doesn't like to... For some reason, it's letting light through. I don't know why. Love your work on this project. Inspired me to make my own game. Oh, that's super cool. Honestly, that's incredibly cool that I can inspire anyone to do something cool of their own. I'm really glad. Seeing the snow and wood made me think of like a Norse-inspired Illager theme with dark oak and spruce. There may be something Illager themed later. Big amethyst crystal growths too. Yeah, this is the only 2 crystals I put in. This is honestly just my test. So basically, this area is like this collapsing mine or quarry, and all throughout it, you kind of need to like go between the different mine shafts to navigate. So that's the basic idea. Let's do a little bit of this. I haven't even finished texturing this one. So mainly we're just going to be just chilling out, doing some building, trying to make each one of these unique in its own way. But there are a lot of them in a lot of different shapes. Each one is planned out basically. Like you can see I've marked off where different things need to be collapsed and different areas that need to go over or top or other stuff like this. I crave the Hypixel style stained glass amethyst. We might be able to get some stained glass in here. I haven't actually started building the proper amethyst. I've only put these in. So what I'm thinking is only like half of these are gonna have the big crystals, because they've mined out most of the crystals from here. And then we'll have the big crystal caves and geodes, which are going to be like the big showpieces. But these are like the normal mineshaft ones, with a little less. but still plenty of amethyst to give it the name Crystal Quarry. It's still going to be a lot. So why don't we actually grab some materials like that? Sharp crystal pit. Oh yeah, we could use crystals to make sharp pits. I think we'll wait on that one. I don't want to do every single one. Like, I think right here might be a nice spot for a little deposit. The issue is they let light through, and I don't know why. I turned on light dampening for them, so they shouldn't do that, but they do anyway. And then they also just don't like to have the right lighting. So yeah, they're a little glitchy, unfortunately. Oh, guys, maybe my chat go away. There it is. So what we're gonna want to do is near these deposits, put some like lanterns or candles or stuff. Are you gonna make custom enemies for the cave? Oh, you know it. The mini boss and boss are gonna be custom, and there might be a new pet as well. Let's put one over here. Oh, did that show through? I don't know if I like it as much on that wall. Kind of rough up this wall a bit. So we can kind of do some stuff like this in these smaller caves. So we want to get a little bit of this going. There we go, just a little bit for now. Could have enemies that have crystals growing out of their bodies? Maybe. That may be planned. I have a vague idea for what I want to do for mini bosses down here. And the boss, but like, honestly, it's enough that I might change it around. So it's definitely still open to new ideas and stuff. I'm not super set on exactly what's going to happen in here. I'm gonna make this look collapsed in. Could even do that. And then you jump this. This room's really easy, to be honest. We could put another pit right here, though. Will there be other crystals? It's called Crystal Quarry, not Amethyst Mines. That's fair. We could add other crystals. Could add... Oh, it would be kind of hard. But yeah, we could. We could look into it. I think we'd want to keep it in the same general, like, color palette. Like, not stray too far. Like, maybe go to blue and red a little bit. So we might be able to bring in some lapis. Lapis might be too. Yeah, I think lapis is nice. We could bring in some of that later. We'll see though. This isn't a quarry, there's no sky access. Bisexual crystal. Yep, that's what we're doing here. We're making the bi-crystal mines. This is where they harvest the bisexuals. Let me get a little bit of this. Yeah, I did kind of realize. So, okay. Technically, quarries, you usually dig the big cone, and then the things go into the mountain or whatever as well. That still is a quarry. So this is the part this is just, there's a big open area somewhere else. Just trust me on that. Lapis mentioned. There may be some lapis in chat. I don't want to alarm anyone. There we are. Big quarry boss arena. Oh yeah, I could make a fake sky. I've done it before. There's definitely ways to get away with it. I have an idea for a boss. I just need to figure out how in the world I want to execute on it. What it's going to actually do. I just mainly have a design in my mind. Actually, we're going to want shorter crystals right here because these have kind of been broken up a little bit by other stuff going on. Yeah, we'll even put one sprouting on this wall. Or no, over here. And then maybe even get a little bit of amethyst going over here as well. So I have figured out how to make these rooms so the poles do perfectly line up. These are spaced 3 apart. There's 2 on this side, and then there's 1 on that side. Yeah, so these are kind of the lighter crystal hallways. There's going to be a lot more crystal in some of the more crystalline ones. Also, wait, I gotta double check if quarry does have to be. So, okay, typically a large, deep pit from which stone or other materials have been extracted. Okay, that still works. But quarry is just excavation or pit usually open to the air. So this still is a quarry. I will say there are some room ideas I have that are based on room and pillar mines that I think are gonna help fit the quarry vibe a little bit more than these more like smaller tunnels. So I think that one's pretty good, to be honest. Or actually, this wall's a little barren. Let's just do this. Just a little bit that's fallen down. I want these mines to feel very claustrophobic when you're fighting things. Like, if you're fighting an enemy, like, it's very close quarters to deal with them. And we want just a little bit of this on the ceiling. Alright, why don't we do this one next? So for the most part, we're going to want to go across this. I think this is going to be a fight room. So I'm thinking enemies spawn right here. So when you walk out this way, if you're careless, they'll come up behind you. They kind of catch people off guard a bit. I want to use these like weird mine hallways to my advantage as much as possible. Okay, this one will be also a kind of lightly crystalline one. Do a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. There we go. And we get a little bit of this in here. Maybe one big crystal that survived over here. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Maybe it even goes like up over the ceiling right here. Have a big crystal vein. Some very large, impressive amethyst crystals on the ceiling. And going down to like here. There we go. So there's a Java mod that made structure blocks possible without data packs. Wait, do structure blocks require data packs on Java? That's crazy. Maybe I just take them for granted on here, but they are so handy. And then we'll just kind of occasionally put some like crates and stuff down here. Just like a... There we go. And we'll put that there to light everything up. We have to make sure we have lights or, well, it's not really going to be... not really going to be a great dungeon to navigate. We can go up onto the ceiling over here again. A little bit of this going. And we'll hit him with that. There we go. Structure blocks work on Java, last I checked, can move builds between worlds and all. Huh. It actually makes them generate, yeah. See, really demotivate me additionally. Yeah, at the moment I'm planning on using either create mod or redstone or just command blocks. I see. Maybe I did choose the right version after all. There we go. Yeah, I just want it to look like these are just sprouting everywhere. These are the ones that they didn't even like fully mine out. The big ones are going to be later. That we'll probably have to break out the glass and other stuff for. To really make it look nice. Maybe this roof's like collapsing a tiny bit. Alright. Oh, I need to do a little bit of the roof. A little bit of this. There we are. This one will just be kind of smooth. Just with a few rocks. Actually gonna do that. And maybe a little bit of scrapage on this wall. From rocks falling, and, you know, same thing over here. There we go. So yeah, they work, but you can't randomize anything. I don't think you can randomize them. See, why do the dwarves not mine the exposed crystals in the mine shaft? Are they stupid? So, one of the things I was thinking about for this area is that, because to be honest, there's a lot of them. The main thing I was thinking is either the crystals just grow here extremely quickly, or it's been abandoned for a while, or probably both. Or alternatively, there was big enough geodes elsewhere that they were just tunneling to find them and take out huge blocks of crystal. You know, like a quarry. Alternatively, I could go back to the original lore idea I had for this place, which is that they were specifically looking for magical crystals, and most of these are just pretty. So they had bigger priorities. I'm probably just going to go back to the original idea. Because I think that one's the coolest one. So we're going to do a little bit of this. Quick bit of cobblestone. Let's see, what's not magical about networks and lasses on the molecular level? No, that's science. They are very similar, but I understand why you'd be confused. Because like magic's real and science isn't, so that's kind of the main difference. Let's do this. You know what these like pinkish kind of purpley crystals remind me of? Sodium nitrate, which is definitely pink. And no one has ever given me false information on. Let's get that. A little bit of this. Let's put some big crystals on this wall. Oh, I just remember. Wait, I just remembered. I think I have lore notes on why I was building a crystal core. It's been so long. Where are they? I'm not pulling these up on stream because it's. I think I can save that for when I actually release this, but there it is. That's what it was. I knew it would. They needed magical crystals for some reason. That's why. Great. I'm so glad I wrote that down, or I was gonna forget. Use a little bit of this. They don't need to mine the magical crystals, they just need to farm celery. Exactly. Oh yeah, the win levels in Celeste are brutal. I remember when I played through that on stream, and that was like one of the toughest sections. I'm glad sodium nitrate is easily identified by its pink color, saving so much time on researching. Exactly. I love it. It's such a good mineral. I like it. Get a little bit up top too. And why don't we do a partial collapse right here? It's covering like a good amount of this. There we go. Malayan salt mines. Yeah, we need this. I can bring it down a little further. Let's just do a little bit of this. Oh, we need to make sure these are all covered up. A little bit of this. Yeah, we just fill in around that a bit. So we have a nice looking pattern on the wall. Just gonna put one of those right there. One of those in the ground right there. Let's see. I was wondering why Minecraft was lagging so much for me, so I checked my settings. Somehow I got changed to max render distance. Oh yeah, that's annoying. It keeps messing with my visual or my video settings as well. It's really odd. All right, there's another one. So I'm thinking these ones are going to be fighting ones. I think this is going to be parkour. There we are. Yeah, it'll lead out that way. So I'm thinking these are going to be like rickety wooden supports. They're like barely holding on. Maybe as if there like used to be a minecart track over them or something. Oh, I need to put that there. Yeah. Add that bird I hate as an enemy. What's that bird you hate? Which one? I have a couple birds I don't like. I feel like this needs to be harder. Just found the back of spruce shelves look like board doors could be useful. Yeah, the back of spruce shelves are nice looking. Like that. Might try and figure out a spot to use that. Okay, we go down here. So maybe we want a few rooms where there are no crystals, as if like the crystal vein doesn't just quite touch those ones. Or at least are very few crystals. This might be one of them. I still have to program all these rooms in, by the way. It's going to take a long time. I don't think we're doing that part on stream. That's abysmal. It takes forever. All right, let's put in these. Get some supports going. Yeah, I think it's good to have just like a couple blocks right here just to mess up whoever tries to, if you want to skip that, because then you have to go here and here, and it's a little harder. Not by much, but just a little harder. What can I do? I could do some stalagmites and stalactites in some of these. So one thing that's fun with stalagmites is if I put them above enemies, players can actually like shoot and throw tridents at them to take them down. And like kill enemies with them. Like for example, let's get silverfish. Wait, what? Does it have to be taller? Wait, thought there was a way to take that down. Oh, I see. Arrows just aren't strong enough. Only tridents? Okay, well that ruins that idea. That's fine. Just unfortunate. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Go all the way over here. I mean, I might be able to like hide some more parkour in this room. One of these rooms should just be like really hard parkour. I need something to pair, like match the chain parkour. I guess I could just add chain parkour. Because this is meant to be the alternate version of Oasis Ruins. So instead of getting Oasis Ruins, you get this zone. Yeah, maybe I do this. So then you can just climb back up. Rising lava parkour. I have considered the idea of a mini boss that isn't like a boss battle. It's like kind of the same idea, I guess, as like some of the white knuckle stuff where you have to like do some special task while the stuff's rising below you. So I might be able to make that here. I could do like the rising lava thing where you have to like flip something to open the door. Oh, yeah, one thing I was also thinking is crumbling floors. In fact, why don't we add a crumbling floor right now? Let's add this as a block. So here's what I'm thinking. We get stone, because I think stone, or maybe cobblestone, and we have like slightly broken looking cobblestone. This is what I want. So let's close this. Bedrock samples. We want resource pack. Textures, blocks. Where's cobblestone? All right. Next up. What would it be under? Environment? Oh yeah, this is where it is. So here's this. So here's what I'm thinking. Actually, we'll take the like craziest destroy stage like this. We take that. Put over as a second layer. Wait, what in the world? Oh, I see. There's like some transparencies there. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. Or actually, we could leave this. Put this at like 3. One sec. I need to make sure this is completely one color. Okay. And then maybe we just make it darker. We could do like a 0.5 maybe. And a little less dark. Let's see, what is the white knuckles? Saw your poll about a while ago. So White Knuckle is a climbing game. It's just kind of like a roguelike climbing game where you slowly ascend a superstructure underground trying to escape. It's super fun and pretty. It is definitely a stressful game, but it's very fun. Do any of these directions look better? That one looks nice. That one I don't mind either. It kind of matches up with the cobblestones a little bit. Yeah, I think this one's the best though. And then let's make it a little less noticeable. You know, we can make it a little bit more noticeable. It's fine. So let's add a new block to the game. So we're just gonna add a whole new game mechanic right now, actually. Is it on Steam? Yeah, it is a very, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's on Steam. It sounds like my favorite games mixed. I mean, it's very good. I recommend it. I do want to finish it at some point on stream, but it is hard. Especially because it takes a lot of a lot of brain power. And when I'm streaming, half my brain is turned off, focused at whatever is going on in chat and making sure I'm talking. This is not what I needed. That is that is Steam. No, weird. We're not playing Steam. My mind was on Steam though. We need a block bench. Oh, here's all the stuff from that other pack earlier. Block wizard. We need crumbling stone. And we'll put DC for dungeon crawler because that's what everything else has. I'll put under nature. Preset is stone. Yeah, we don't care about rotation. Let's just make it a darker color on the map. I don't know why it would be viewed on the map. Yeah. Custom loot, but nothing. Integrate to pack, dungeon crawler. And we will bring in the texture I just made. Wrong texture. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Is it 3D or 2D? Because I'm playing games on a Linux Chromebook with 4 GB RAM. Yeah, it's 3D. So it might be a little rough. So that's like all the programming we actually have to do for that block. So let's put it next to other blocks and see how that looks. Is it too obvious? Is that too much? I think that's too much. I think that's just so absurdly clear. Why don't we reduce its visibility significantly? Now here's the great thing, I can just iterate on this very easily. Iterate. That's a word that people are immediately going to latch onto. All right. That's a little bit more subtle. Let's see if this is better. I like that. Maybe we could make it a little bit harder to see. That's a little better. Why don't we bring it down a little bit more? At least this won't be a color blindness thing because it's all grayscale anyway, so all rod and cone setups should be able to see this. Okay, that's tough right there. Sorry, no, that's cobblestone. I think this is gonna be the winner. Ooh, that's devious. So like I could do stuff like this. And when you walk over that, it crumbles. Is that too mean? I think it's fine. It's good. As long as it's not like a one shot. Yeah, it would just like it just breaks underneath you. That's all it does. Well, it will soon. So here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna go down here. And we'll just put it right here. It's very clear what this does. Let's see. Because once it happens, people would see it and be like, oh, you pay more attention. Yeah, that's kind of thinking. Execute as at A, positioned as at S. Run, fill, -1, -1. Air, replace, DC, crumbling, step. Boom. Yeah, it might be a little hard to make that. Definitely possible, though. I would like if there was a sound effect, though, or something. So just that. Can you do... Let's see. Okay, so just air, replace. Yeah, we'll do crumbling stone again. So, can I do multiple things right here? Replace. Can I like hit with a comma? No. Because I want to destroy. That work. Because it won't let me do multiple fill modes. Let me look over it. Is there any way to do this? Let's see, give me one of the following values. Replace, outline, hollow, keep, destroy. I'm trying to make it do the destroy thing and the replace thing, and I don't know if that works. So I don't think it's gonna work. That's unfortunate. Oh, you know what I can do? Oh, I just forgot about that. Let's see, wait, how do you do test for blocking? What's the syntax? Okay. Coordinates and that. Your step is flawed. Player is able to run across crumbling floor faster than command executes. I mean, that should be fine. I don't really have a huge issue with that. Let's see, test for block. So -1, so 1 below your feet. If it's DC crumbling stone. So, yeah, what happens if I do this? Okay, so if I walk, I fall. Wait, if I sprint, I still fall. What happens if I jump onto it? Okay, you can do that. That's kind of cool. This isn't meant to be like the biggest hazard of all time, but it should do a little something. Okay, so if it detects that, we will have a quick little comparator. With a command block. Actually, I want this executed at the player position as well. Play sound. Players have speed, do they not? Sometimes. You know, that's actually kind of a cool buff, though. The ones with speed, if they can run across it. It's kind of cool. I like that. Actually, I might keep that. I had not considered that, though. Dig stone. That's what I need. Play sound dig.stone to at A. 1 block below. And we'll say it's like every like 3 seconds or 3 ticks. This is always active. Is that not what I want? Place dripstone. Where's break dripstone? Dipstone? Just dip it in some sauce real quick. Okay, break dot dripstone block is what I'm looking for. And then volume is 1. And pitch is like that. Oh, it's really fast. Did it even? This is so fast. Okay, you can't jump across it like that. Wait. Is that how test for block works? Okay, so I would do it like that. Did I do anything wrong? Wait, failed to execute test for block. What is it called? Did I spell wrong? Crumbling stone. Crumbling stone, DC. Okay. How about this? So I'll make it a little slower. It gets a little faster than you can run. I kind of like that. So it gives you a little bit of warning, and if you're careful, you can not destroy it. So this one we want 0 ticks. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. So crumbling stone will now be a thing for us to use. I could put this one in here. Like, if I want to be really evil, I can do stuff like this. So sometimes you land it and it still breaks. It's like really delayed though. Crouch and it doesn't crumble. I was kind of thinking about that, but I was thinking like, I worry it would just kind of make the game slower. Because then they'd have to crouch over that stuff. So I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So here's the idea here. It's now a bigger area. So once you step onto it, it drops out a bunch. Okay. I don't know how to do velocity checks. So now a chunk of it falls out whenever you step on it. So that makes a little bit more sense. Like if it was covering this gap, it cuts out a chunk of it this time. So it kind of the whole floor gives way at once, which I think is cooler. See, is this the one we're currently working on? Yeah, so this one's not going to have this. Oh yeah, this could be a fun crystal pit. Full of the sharpened crystals. There we are. I can also get some amethyst ore going down here. Really fill this place up with amethyst. She used dripstone, make a sharp amethyst that's identical to dripstone, but it looks like amethyst. The issue with that is unfortunately, I don't have access to what in the world the code is for dripstone. So unfortunately, I cannot, because I don't know how I do that. Which sucks. I wish I could. If I could, I absolutely would. Yeah, this room's not going to hurt that bad if you fall. Oh, I forgot that was right there. Is there a way to just copy it? Sadly, no. A lot of the block code is still obfuscated. Some of this down here. There's textured flower that gives instant damage. That I can actually do, because that's commands. There we go. Now it looks like a pit of crystals that you could fall in. Kinda cool looking. Oh, I see why it's lighting so weird. It's because I forgot these are transparent, so I gotta fix that. We need all this. There we go. That jumps a little harder now. Ooh, this actually has become a lot harder. Oh, that's crumbling stone. There we go. That's tricky, though. I bring that down a little bit. You figure out velocity checks and somehow use command blocks and test block, whatever it's called, and make a custom item with them all. No. I think that might be more... I mean, it could hypothetically be possible. I just worry that would be longer than any of even, like, the core systems of the game to make. I just don't know if that's where I should allocate my resources, unfortunately. Because I hate to admit it, but I have been working on this for maybe 6+ hours today. And there's very little noticeable progress. Unfortunately, that is how this project goes. I will do hours and hours on something that will never be noticed. Also, we had some very funny glitches while testing today. Specifically, the loot was like generating too high and stuff like that. So it was just like really just out of whack with everything else. So the dripstone yellow stained glass and it looked like topaz. Ooh, that might be interesting. That's just visual, so I should be able to do that. Can always just add topaz as well. Just its own block. A little bit of this. My favorite loot is command block. So real. I love command block. That's a pain to get out. Can't wait for people to keep accidentally putting stuff on those shelves, having to get it back out. Oh, I need the smallest one. Medium amethyst bud. There we go. So I check which side of a block a player is standing on. I think technically it would just be a lot of command blocks to make it work, because it would have to just detect the direction of the block. Yeah, so we'd have to detect a block to down direction and see if that block is facing up. Detect the block to the side and see if that's going. Yeah, it would just be a lot. Just probably not gonna worry too much. You copy the minecart with chest AI and retexture it to a cart full of crystals, or copy them all and make a mimic minecart. That might be interesting. I was actually thinking of trying to make a minecart block. That's just a solid thing that I can place down. We could try and do that. And then we could put it back in some of these. Or I was going to bring back the hopper minecart. So the issue with adding an actual minecart that you can push around is that it is a loose entity, which causes problems. But if it was a stationary block that just looked like a minecart, I could do that. That means also I could have it full of crystals or something. Yeah, so you have to go this way and then not into that. That's actually a little bit trickier of a jump. Here we go. Oh, we need to do the roof. Do a little bit of this. Spot of this. Sorry, I just want to make sure my British audience knows that I can understand them, even though they speak some strange language called British. A little bit of this in. British Archer jump scare. Yeah, I should have put a trigger warning on that. I'm sorry. I don't want anyone to think they're about to get colonized. Let's go over here, put some of this in. Alright, why don't we make the next room, like, heavy on this stuff? Yeah, like this much is real. Everything else is going to be evil fake cobblestone. Oh, placing this in is going to be a pain. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Is that evil? So you'd walk over it and it would drop you. That British NPC, the dungeon crawler, make it slowly convert all the others into British variants. Comes to the dungeon, changes all the colors to the British flag and gives you 2. There's so many beautiful, beautiful ideas that I want to add to this game. Yet I do worry about my allocation of time on adding the British update, where I make everything British. we go. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, so this goes over top and then down. Here's what I'm thinking. This whole area, from like there to there, evil floor. Or even broken platforms that are made of a partially crumbling stone. So like doing something like these under here that give it like a rickety platform. And then doing this. So you have to make sure you land on this part, because if you land this part, it's going down. Put that on top of there. Is this evil floor with you? Evil floor. I like evil floor. Let's see. So we're gonna go out like this. There we go. This is something. 1 in 32 chance for a wandering trader to room to have a man with a top hat and a monocle and he sells you tea. I have actually played around with the idea of other traders showing up. The man block that also breaks but only when blocks adjacent to it break. I have no clue how to do that. Unfortunately, I feel like some of my videos have made it seem like I know what I'm doing way more with like command blocks and stuff. I'm definitely better than average, but I'm definitely not as good as I think most people would have assumed from some of the videos. I don't even know how to use like scoreboards and stuff. Has the current crumbling stone work? I don't know. Just did that. Okay, but in all seriousness, it works because it detects when any player steps on crumbling stone, then it deletes all crumbling stone around all existing players and makes the sound. I should definitely make some kind of secret hidden underneath crumbling stone. Oh wait, this one needs to be a collapsed hallway as well. Their command block that deletes fragile stone if you want to. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just this, though. I don't know if I want to overcomplicate it. Simplicity sometimes is key. But I do appreciate the idea pitch. That is one of the great things about streaming. I will get a bunch of ideas from people. And not all of them work, but it is good to just throw out more stuff because sometimes it does work. It may not, let's be honest, I feel like the track record with ideas is for both me and chat is usually doesn't work, but the ones that do, you only need a couple that do. here. Nice, so this will go up and over. Okay, most of this stuff's underneath. You know, I'm gonna turn off the crumbling stone for now. Let's disable this. Just gonna flip that off so we can step on it. Spire Cafe mod for STS. Like you can trade your Clockwork Creeper for the SX Milk or your Mercenary Contract for another unique item. That might be interesting. Might have to consider that. Maybe I'll lump it in with the Wandering Trader, have him have offers to buy certain items. So I need this and this. Let's take some of these. Let's see. You maybe start making just a room inspired by this room type while watching stream. That's awesome. I do love just the general like way that I can put out an idea onto YouTube and then other people will take it and do their version of it, and then I can just like take inspiration back or however else it goes. It's so cool. I just love that. If I can inspire a few people to do other stuff, then I'm happy. Also, I need to take this crumbling stone out of my hand. I'm getting it mixed up with cobblestone constantly. A little bit of this. Gonna go right over top of the other area. It'd be awesome if each star item had a description in the versions of other classes get from trades have in different descriptions because you're playing as a different person. That would be very cool. I don't know how to actually add lore to an item. If someone knows the give command that adds a description to an item, let me know, because I would love to do some stuff with that sometime. I just don't know it. But that would be very cool to add descriptions to some items. Yeah, descriptions while giving items with lore. Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. That's what I was saying. Is I just don't know the commands. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I've been thinking of I think what we really need to do for these streams is whenever I'm explaining a concept, for the TikTok audience, let me get this up. Okay. How do I change the okay. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay. So we're gonna have like we're gonna have a ladder. So like there's like a ladder. And that'll bring you like up and over to the other ladder. And then here's like the wall. And then like the other, and it goes up like over like that. So right here is this is where I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. This is such an irrelevant bit now. There's some people who probably know what I'm referencing. Someone absolutely insufferable. Let's see. There's a guy who got into some drama like last year who constantly would like, I don't know why, anytime he was programming anything, would pull up a screen like that and like draw out just like nothing really, and then just bring up how they worked at Blizzard for 7 years. So, is there a way to get more clockwork creepers? Because if you can, and there's a trader that gives you a milk bucket, a sec run suddenly become pure RNG. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna make a way to get extra milk buckets. Um, oh, I'm so happy I stopped watching him. I never did. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I do think I watched a video of his, and I'm like, I don't like this guy. I just didn't like him, so I just left. I didn't realize that he was just a lot worse than I thought he was. I just didn't really like him that much personally. Just got bad vibes, but not like that bad of vibes. Oh, this is a perfect time to tell the story of when I kicked someone from an event a while back. So some of you already heard this, but I was running a Minecraft event a long time ago now, like a year or two, called Cobbled Together. It's like a building thing with a bunch of like on the fly changes and other stuff. Honestly, very fun. I might bring it back at some point in the future. It's fun to have a bunch of creators join in. I think it's like 12 of them per game. And we were gonna have someone join. And multiple people are like, I refuse to team with this person. And I'm like, okay, why? And people are like, I don't get along with them. It's like, okay, that's weird. And obviously, who said that's in confidence, though I bet they would be fine with me saying it. But I did say it would be in confidence, so I will keep it that way. Yeah, a lot of people, like, publicly were saying that too. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong with this. So we eventually just need to ask him, like, hey, I'm sorry, we can't have you for this. You're too problematic for this. And we're talking, this is the biggest YouTuber we were going to have on here. Like, our second place biggest YouTuber was less than half. So it definitely hurt to drop them from the event. But I'm very glad I did, because it turned out they were a groomer, and they had said some really awful stuff to someone I know, and I just had no idea about it. So yeah, and you know what actually made me, I almost made a call out thing recently to that person, because they posted something online that was calling out some political figures for being creepy with minors. And I so want to say, like, it takes one to know one, because actually, genuinely a groomer. I don't know why I'm like being cagey about this person's name. I have no issues with it just saying who this is. This is a person named Waithful. I'm not saying go out and harass this person, obviously. But yeah, don't like that guy. Not, you know, I know this is a hot take. Not a fan of groomers. I I know, sorry, it's really, I know, a crazy take. Really standing up for some strong morals here. But yeah, not a fan of that. Infernal take, exactly. Like, it's crazy that anyone would say that. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like whenever I say hot take, it's about to be like the mildest take. I don't I don't share many hot takes. Actually hot takes. To be honest, I don't have that many. So film that with that. S'mores are overrated. Yeah, I could see that. I don't have anything against that. I like a good s'more when I'm camping. But, you know, like, yeah. I could go without them. I think it's more the atmosphere of it and like the experience of holding it over the fire than the actual thing. I think that's the main reason people like them so much. Yeah, it's just the experience. I like them together, I like the ingredients apart. That's so fair. That's how I was for a long time. Toasted wieners. I was about to make a joke, but never mind. I'm on YouTube right now. Chocolate and graham crackers are good though. I actually used to not like s'mores, and then I tried them again like a couple years ago, and I'm like, wait, I just like these now. Like, cool, new thing I like. So that was cool. Oh, you know what I could do? That's kind of fun. Oh, you can get through that. We can do some stuff like this, where it's like, oh, I can see where I need to go, but I just can't get there yet. You use stone slabs. I could. I certainly could. I do like it though that I imagine that they carved through these tunnels through this nice smooth rock, and then every bit that's now uneven is stuff that's slowly been falling apart or was like messed up. So anything that's not perfect, I'm trying to make cobblestone or tough as if it's been roughed up. Wait, can I get under this? No, I can't. That hurts. Kind of hurts to just see like a passageway you just can't quite fit through. Put that right there. There it is. Doors are short enough to make it say small. That's fair. Though I do already have the tunnels this tall. I mean, who said there's dwarves, though? I think actually technically there's apples if you want to answer the literal version of that question, but... the dwarves weren't the ones digging this out, in my mind. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, there we go. Here's a nice room. Oh, we need this lower area. We're gonna take this and kind of fill in all of these areas around the edge. And just fill in all of this as well, so we can go even deeper. Like the idea of dwarves more than mole men. I mean, you know, people other than people who live completely subterranean do dig quarries. There are other options here. A little bit of this. A little bit around the edges. There. Goblins. Wood elves dug this mine. Okay, maybe we might be going too far in the opposite direction. We'll figure out who dug it eventually. I will say the lore has shifted since it was originally written, but most of it is the same. The like primary cause for everything changed, but the results are the same. I guess we'll just put like a lantern down here. But I could put under one of these so it actually is on a breakable block so you can actually put out the lantern by jumping on it. Trees? Yeah, I don't think there's going to be many trees in here, unfortunately. Welcome to the stream regardless. I don't want to do this one right now. Let's do another one. Which one are we feeling? I'm thinking this one's just gonna be a combat one, so why don't we do this one real quick? Let's put the roof on it. This one's gonna be just basic and have monsters in it. Oh, we could have this one be a spider one. Could put some cobwebs in it. Just to remove clutter, though, I think I'll minimize the amount of crystals in this one to make room for the cobwebs. Because we all know that the players of this game really like it when there's a lot of spiders. And they've never had an issue with just the sheer number of spiders I try and throw at them and the amount of cobwebs there are. Actually, now that I realize that I don't even know if that bit made it into videos. The spider thing keeps getting reduced because of how many spiders there are. And how many times people just get completely stuck and it's like a run ender immediately. There was a room where there was, I think it was 5, or was it 6 or 7? It was a lot of spiders spawned in. And there was like barely any way to get through without being in the cobwebs just normally. So you'd walk into the room, immediately the spiders would hit them into the cobwebs and their head would get stuck in the cobwebs. They couldn't attack and they'd get killed. It was really bad. And experiment and inflict nausea on. Yeah, I could do something that does nausea. You try to make command box just get rid of the cobwebs? Well, then there's no point adding the cobwebs in the first place. I do want a few cobwebs to trap the players. What I'm saying is the original was incredibly excessive. Hi Doombomb, how's it going? I haven't seen that guy in 2 hours ish. Yeah, cobwebs are definitely part of the issue, but it was just because there's too many. I've reined in my cobwebs, I think. So when let's see, let's just texture the walls a little bit. And then we can try and get, I can't think right now. What in the world's happening? What? Yeah, I was gonna put crystals in. That's what I was gonna talk about. And making a new area? Yep, this is going to be the crystal quarry zone soon. Been putting in all sorts of crystals. And pretty soon, well actually it's already added over here. There is trap cobblestone. You might notice these 2 blocks are a little different. If you step on these ones, it'll drop. I have it turned off right now though, so it won't drop me. Terrifying large spider that inflicts instant healing on hit, but inflicts poison when you once you've hit it. Why? Hollow Knight reference? Honestly, yeah, a little bit. Reverse fight. So you just have to have it hit you with it. It's really easy. You don't click. That's the meta. Just don't do anything. Oh, I just realized these are going to be glitchy in here. Oh, Amethyst is also going to make it so spiders don't attack because it has light. So we need this nice and dark in here. Most players will see if they hit something that's charging at them. Yeah, but I still want it to be a challenge, like on the second or third time you fight it. Because a lot of these bosses, I kind of want them to be something you're a little bit, like, dreading. Like, oh, every room I go is a little bit closer to, like, oh, the Three Princes or the Mummy or whatever. To have a little bit of that trepidation, it's like, I gotta make sure I am ready for whatever is up ahead. So you have to plan better. But if you know that, oh, every time this thing hits me, it heals me, then you just won't fight it. I'm gonna make sure there's gameplay. Favorite custom mob you've made for this? That's a good question. There's some that didn't even make it into this. Okay, let me narrow it down. So it'd be this guy's on the list. This guy's on the list. This guy's on the list. Definitely one of these three. We got this little baby. The way to baby. And he kills this thing. This guy's pretty cool. This guy's also sick. When he gets into combat, actually has nothing to kill right now, but that saw blade spins up. I think it might be this guy though. I do really like him. Just a little guy. You had the wildfire? Oh yeah, we got the wildfire. This is one of the bosses in the second zone. He's kind of easy though. The plush, the loser, and the robots. Banished. Other than the wildfire. So one thing with the wildfire is you might recognize the helmet. Hashtag twinning. Yeah, it's my helmet recolored. Just as a small little nod. Because it has a helmet just like that in the pictures. How long have you spent on this project so far? I don't know, but it's a lot. It's more than most people would be willing to. And it's not even half done. So I have absolutely no idea. Get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory. There you go. Is Wildfire's cousin confirmed? See, I'm the ice version. I'm the chilly one. Okay, so this room I'm going to decorate with beautiful cobwebs. Everybody loves cobwebs. Yeah, I don't think this is too excessive. Maybe like one in like an inconvenient spot. Like that one's kind of inconvenient. A little harder. Favorite type of spider? Trapdoor spider is pretty good. Are we counting anything with spider in its name or just true spiders? Because I'd say spider crab. This for this long is impressive. Thank you. Whenever I try and make a roguelike dungeon crawlers in Minecraft, I'll add like 3 items, then quit. Yeah, I'm a little too far into this to back out of it now. And also, it gets crazy YouTube views. You wouldn't believe how much money I make off of each YouTube video. You know what, I'll just tell you guys, because it is insane. $0.00. I actually don't make a cent off any of that. That's how you know I'm doing it for the love of the game. Honestly, yeah, trapdoor spiders are probably my favorite. I do like them quite a lot. Or fishing spiders are really cool. Well, we make this one also a spider hallway. We love spider hallway. New crawler is using a mod called Overgeared CF to forge weapons and armor in our stuff. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this was meant to be like collapsed. Or you know what would actually be really cool? If this was like barely open and the spiders poured out of it. Just to make life a little worse. So we'll put like a cobweb in there and a cobweb in there, and then the spiders will come out of there. And this is like... So I'm thinking this is like a bent support. It's just not holding up anymore. You have a bunch of cubes to randomize. We have merchant cube, forge cube, mob cubes. Yeah, that's kind of what how this one works, except with other shapes. Except this area, I'm having a lot of the same shape. So I'm gonna make the spider pit actually like start over here. Ooh, we need to texture the walls first though. Just a little bit here and there. Oh, I have messages on Discord. Are these? Okay. Oh yeah, someone in Discord actually said the correct reason I was late. It is daylight savings. Daylight savings really messes with my internal clock. I don't know why. I mean, I'm still recovering from daylight savings. I'll hopefully be back on my original track soon. I think I'll probably be able to be back on track by sometime in spring. You're streamlined mostly, isn't it? I'm making a grid restart in a corner or something like that. Yeah, mine's like a single line. Daylight savings gets the best was yeah. Daylight savings is just really hard. That's why I was an hour late today. And also I was sitting around being angry that I wasn't invited to play Marvel Rivals with Doombomb, Ender, and Duck. I don't really like hero shooters, and I probably would have said no if they did, but they didn't invite me. How dare they? I'm really sad about it. It's kind of ruined my day. Over here, rather than this. So you hate Marvel and superheroes. Don't worry about that. You hated us and you cursed our bloodlines. Well, you know, karma. It works out. It's the thought that counts. Exactly. They know I've complained about how much people yap about that game. And that I've said I don't really care for it. And I have no plans to play it. But how dare they not invite me? Imagine if I could have said yes. I wouldn't have. Actually, no, I couldn't have actually said yes. But you know what? Stop thinking logically. I'm gonna just mad. I'm gonna be mad about it regardless. And if that doesn't work, I'll find something new to be mad about. I will find something. I take back my non-existent invitation. No. My day is ruined. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Yeah, I do think hero shooters are one game that just I don't think is ever going to be on this channel. I'll be there to collect the tears. Crazy. All right. I think I'm good. I've been thinking about adding ghosts to the mines. I will say, if I do, it is going to be really, really difficult. Because ghosts would be things that phase through walls. Also, I just heard a silverfish. Where? Where'd you come from? Where did this guy come from? I got him. Yeah, they're pretty much gonna work like Vexes phasing through walls if I add them. Which I'm worried will be incredibly annoying. That's Stanley the safety silverfish. Yeah, this isn't safe. He has to die. Okay, so that's gonna have spiders in it. You know, we'll put a marker on each one with spiders in it. Or like a creature in it. Spiders. Spiders. This one's parkour, so it doesn't need them. There it goes. They come to hit you once or twice and retreat. I mean, Vexes just work the same way. I'd probably just use the Vex AI. Okay, this one, I believe, needs to have enemies in it as well. I think this one's a jump. No. So this one has enemies as well. That one's jumps. This one I know is. That one I haven't done. Shut the Underminer. There might be something similar to that. I don't know yet. I'm still working on a few final details for some of the boss battle level stuff. I do want to add some new items in here though. I think it would be cool if there was a special item you could get in each zone that was just like in a chest, like it's always there for that particular room variant. And it's just like a unique thing. Maybe even not like that powerful or whatever, but it's just a reliable little like unique item. Just to like shake things up a little bit. Use Vex AI for a massive drill with a mole on the top. So it just drills through everything. I do know what the one of the big bosses is gonna be. I guess that one I'm thinking it could be a mini boss, but yeah. Okay, let's yeah. Let's do this. We want a nice big pit down here. And the overhang, so it feels really crumbling apart. This would be the Underminer from The Incredibles, so you have to go get the rights. It's so much work though to talk to that guy who does all that, yeah. Mr. Pixar or whatever his name is. If the copper golem room in the infernal workshop had a chest with a copper golem spawning, the real purpose for it, but sure would be cool, wouldn't it? Maybe. Oh, I have had something pointed out to me since last stream. There was a way into a secret spot that no one else has pointed out except one person, and they brought it up on stream last night, but didn't tell me exactly where it was, and then messaged me afterward. I've now fixed it partially, but I did realize it's a very good spot to hide a little lore snippet, but I haven't actually added the thing yet. Yeah, the Pixar pixies aren't nice. They're kind of mean. Do you have their blocks around entity delete a certain block? Yeah, I don't think I want to have enemies breaking blocks though. Because that opens up a whole... I mean, maybe for like one boss. Actually, there is one guy who can break blocks. I believe Brick actually can break blocks in his boss fight. I don't actually know if his blocks ended up being in there though, that he can break. That might have gotten changed kind of last minute. I'm gonna go across here. I really just want to make a one block hole somewhere in this region that's just straight to lava. That's so out of the way. There's no reason you should ever go to it. But it just, for, curiosity killed the cat kind of situation. I really want to encourage players to explore, but I also want to punish them if they do anything in this game. I wonder where that secret spot would be. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't know at all. Definitely wouldn't know. There we go. A trap chest that deletes the chunk you're standing in. A trap chest actually would be really fun. As it explodes. Make helpful secrets, but also dangerous ones. Yeah, I think right now there is at least 2 secrets to 3 secrets per zone. There are definitely a few that no one has found yet. And I'll be excited for if one of the testers does find some of these. I'm definitely not going to be showing any secrets on stream, though. At least any of the major ones. Like, the ones that are just like, oh, it's hidden chest, whatever. I don't care about that. But when it's, like, actual, like, cool lore stuff, I'm going to keep that one secret unless a tester finds it on camera. Or for the lore video. Okay, bring all this down. Yeah, so originally this area was actually going to have like tree roots coming down into it, since it's meant to be pretty close to the surface. But I modified the plans a little bit. I just felt like it was going to be too busy like that. Leveling game developers trying to hide all the important lore behind secrets that you won't even know exist unless you try everything. Makes it so easy to understand the story. I will say, most of the secrets here are like, oh, that makes sense, but how do I get to it kind of situations for the most part. Especially the newest one. is like a visible thing, but you need a item to get to it. It's not hard to spot though. Should I make another hole right here? No, why don't we just widen out this? We can do this. I think a lot of the stuff is just going to be supplementary that's really hidden, though. Or if you just really want to get some, like, bonus deep lore. Like, the current hidden thing is a certain interaction between one of the class characters and another character that's in this game. Both of which are already added. That I think may recontextualize something. There we go. Can you use F5 to look through walls, or is that only on Java? That's only on Java. At least I don't think it's possible in here. Also, I don't think any of the secrets are hidden in places that looking through walls would help. You pull Hunter Longlegs on us. There may be times where you may have to fight the other classes. That may be planned. I'll just say there is at least one encounter of that variety planned, where you do need to take on one of the other classes. And I'm currently going back and forth on making it playable from both sides. Let's see. That. There we go. You know what I could do to make this a little bit more difficult? Put some of these on there. We'll put crumbling stone in a bit. But just a few more obstacles along the way. That's crumbling stone. Don't forget to test all your jumps with speed and no sprint. I forgot about that. I also need to test every jump with slowness. But you know what? We'll test that later. They should all be possible right now. Since you can make 3-block jumps with slowness, it's just hard. Yeah, so this area is gonna look normal, but this is all crumbling. So it's actually gonna be kind of difficult. That. Put a little bit of stuff over here. It's a perfect time to add a little bit of amethyst. This evil, let's say, this is so evil people die. Yeah. You make the boss room look normal, but the entire door falls out beneath the extending room, revealing the boss. That would actually be kind of hype if it was like the boss is in the pit and then there's like a roar sound effect and then the entire floor breaks. That would be really sick, actually. Oh, sorry, I kind of gave away that the boss down here is some kind of creature. Yeah, it's fine. That I'm probably not going to show until it's a video, if I do that. I have actually done animations with a bunch of blocks before, so I could do it. I just build out every frame. Or I could have a bunch of different kinds of blocks that each break in sequence. Give away the boss in this area, some sort of creature. Well, yeah, like, if it's a roar, then you know it's not a guy, like a dude. Like, the porcine princes are at least, like, just guys. But yes, yeah, if you want to get technical, I guess technically, yes, you did already know it was a creature, because it's a living thing. And you wouldn't even have to use animations if you didn't want. You could just use crumbling stone. But it's so much cooler if you walk out into the middle of the area, because you have to hit the button to trigger a boss fight. Because I want the player to have to be ready for it, so they can kind of gear up and then challenge it. So I'd probably just make it so it roars and then... In fact, there was actually a cut animation for the Netherite Golem. It got cut for time. The original plan with the Netherite Golem, and this might get added later, is you hear like breaking sounds and like buzzsaw sounds and piglins up above. There's multiple explosions and then the floor breaks through, dropping a bunch of injured piglins and this the Netherite Golem into the room. And the Netherite Golem is hostile against everything in the room, including you. So that's kind of the idea with that. So that might get added later if I have the time for something like that. I think that would be super cool to actually get to add that animation finally. Definitely adds a lot of extra complexity though. It's a sick idea. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys like that because it might get added later on. I'd love to have bosses have intros. Like the mummy kind of has his own little intro as like all the different coffins wake up and everything. So I'd love if every boss had their own thing like that. In fact, actually, the mummies is glitched, and I've just never touched on how glitched it actually is. It's meant to do more, but it didn't work because I forgot the thing. So technically, it hasn't ever been working properly. It's one tiny thing that changes, though. Let's see. Yeah, like make a Piglin Child sweatshop. I mean, it's not completely off of what the Infernal Workshop kind of is, though. I mean, who knows what they're making it in the Infernal Workshop? I mean, I'm sure there's no reason that they'd be making any of the stuff that's in the area. Yes, they're gonna have to jump over this pit. For an idea for the mummy, you could make a souls from the coffins fly towards the middle. The middle one opens, the money comes out. I mean, mainly the last thing I want to add with mummy is just having the coffin open. That's really all that's missing. I'd be happy with that one. I probably want some sound effects, but that's later. In fact, I might need to talk to some voice actors soon to get some sound effects made. I'm probably going to be voicing a good few characters myself. I've thought about voicing... Right now, I think I'm probably going to be doing the Artisan, the Mummy, Brick, and... I think there was one more I was going to do. I think Heretic I might be doing as well. But I'll probably be going out and recruiting some. I know a good few more now. I've thought about having, seeing if Laz wants to do, Zealot, specifically because Zealot is, like, so similar to Laenara. And I just think that would be funny. You know, to help with some non-vocal sound design. I might need some help with that. Because there's going to be a lot. I'll probably have to make a list eventually of, like, everything to add. I also know a guy by the name of VA. I also know all the Spellcheck people and a bunch of other voice actors. And I have a good few friends, so I'll get working on that soon. But I think I want to do Artisan. I definitely want to trust Vanguard with someone pretty good, though. And Ascetic. I want someone pretty good for Ascetic as well. Some of them I don't mind as much. Oh yeah, I was also thinking of doing Charlatan. That's the other one. It wasn't actually Heretic, it was Charlatan I was thinking of doing. Inara is the one who spurned the goddess confirmed. Spurn? No, because Zealot is the opposite. Zealot is the chill one. With the god. Yes. Yeah, so some of the ideas, in fact, the hometown of Laenara from Spellcheck nearby is a thing that was built off of the same ideas as the lobby is meant to be from this game. A place called the Stardust Monastery. I'm so glad I can finally talk about some of that stuff. I've been waiting because it's up until episode 7 when some of that stuff comes out about patronage. I gotta find someone really good to do the goddess voice as well. That one's one of the tougher ones. Probably one of the most voice lines in the entire game. In fact, how long until next video? No idea right now. I think it's gonna be till this zone gets finished. I think that's what I'm gonna try and do in one video. Is this entire zone. So this is such a cool concept, I agree. I love star-based deities. They're in a lot of stuff I write. They're just very cool. Okay, I need to make a way up out of this pit. Hey, if anyone's planning on watching some of the Spellcheck episodes and hasn't seen episode 7, I very much recommend it. That one honestly performed a lot worse than I was expecting. I'm usually always being like, oh yeah, this was better than expected, but you know, I'll be honest for once, that one kind of underperformed, which is a real shame because I actually like that episode a lot. So if you haven't seen that one, I very much recommend it. There's some big stuff in that. And I mean, it still got more views than we had originally planned, but like a long time ago. But now, relative to the other ones we've released, it didn't do so great. A swing copter from Geometry Dash that flips the gravity and gives you levitation every hit. Levitation, I might be able to do sometime. Episode 7? Oh, okay. Here's a thing for anyone who doesn't know. So in the description on YouTube, there is a link to a YouTube channel by the name of Spellcheck. I'll pull it up. I very much recommend this. And because I'm in it. I'm this guy. I'm also this guy, and I'm this guy, and I'm this guy. And the guy in the background, this one. And I'm all the centipedes. I'm all the guys. I very much recommend it if you guys ever want to check it out. It's pretty much a D&D podcast. With, you know, not like crazy it's not like super rules heavy. We've decided to keep it pretty understandable to people who have no clue in the world how to play that game at all. But we've got some deep lore and stuff, and I am the dungeon master, aka pretty much the story writer for all that. We drop new ones every Friday at an hour earlier than I normally stream, so 9 Eastern. I love Pale Mare with her jingle bells and comically large antlers. You know what's funny? I just realized we forgot to add the antlers to the design on the thumbnail. I might go back and change that to fix it, because that's gonna bug me now that I remember to add antlers that I forgot to add. Oops. Oops. Sometimes the art's wrong. Yeah, I have to go back and change that. Oh, I've also been, no, we'll save that thumbnail for later. Apples and Disco, I've seen that thumbnail, I've been cooking on. New series for me to binge watch, let me know how you like it. It has kind of been definitely a pet project for me for a while. It is the most lore I've written for a single world ever. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. And I'm very excited to introduce a major villain soon that I get to play. Helmay removes her hood, Moonlit antlers sprout from her skull in seconds. Do I say that? Oh, like Loma from Grinch Impact. I was about to say, I don't remember saying that at all. Would have been crazy. There is a time where I misgender a major character, and it's been bugging me for so long. I want to go back and change it, but I'm not going to re-upload the video just for that. In episode 3, I call someone she, her when that's not accurate. And it's someone who works for them, too. It's he, him. And it's a really important character who I love doing the voice for so much. Genuinely one of the funnest voices to do in the entire campaign is that, and it comes out. That one's episode 9, so it hasn't come out yet, but very excited for that one. I think I've been saying episode 9 is one I'm excited for so long now. I think ever since I recorded it, I brought up, like every time Spellcheck gets brought up, that episode 9 is a really good one. Episode 10 is also great, but, you know, 9's... I like 9 because it's probably my best performances. Or at least one of my best performances. I will say, as the DM, I don't get a lot of times to, like, shine, like, really steal the show. Because, let's be honest, I'm everything but the main characters. And that's fine. That's how it works. I get to be everything else. But it is very fun when I actually have an opportunity to just, like, kind of go all out with a very larger-than-life kind of character. And I get to do that in episode 9. Character I have a lot of fun playing. Who we just like to call EA. You know, for Electronic Arts, that's definitely what it stands for. But yeah, there's a couple like little code names we have for stuff. Because a lot of people like to write in quick shorthand notes during Oh yeah, by the way, the cast for that has so many notes written down. Pages and pages of notes. DM is obviously most important. They sort of esteem. So DM is like the foundation of everything. But I think if the DM is the one who is almost like at the forefront at all times, then they're doing it wrong. Because at the end of the day, the players are the protagonists. They're the players you're rooting for. If you're watching a D&D show, you're rooting for the DM to lose, essentially. Any character the DM's playing, you're rooting for them to lose. At least I hope so. I'd hope you're rooting for me to, like, my guys to lose most of the time. Yeah. But I definitely think there's times where, as a DM, it's fun to just be like, oh yeah, let's just go all out with this character. There's one that's upcoming too that I get to play next time we record. That it is someone that the party has been actually dreading the encounter with. It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded last, since busyness. So I've built up enough preliminary dread for that character that they've been a little worried about this for like 2 weeks now. It's someone who hasn't even like really been brought up yet beyond their faction name. But yeah, I can stop talking about that because you know I don't want to spoil too many things. Luckily, there's enough out there that I can say a lot. Oh, we get to hear channeled rage yelled into the microphone during method acting. I don't know, to be honest. A lot of the characters I play aren't particularly like screamy, to be honest. A lot of my scarier characters are very thoughtful, dangerous types. But possibly. My worry would be that it wouldn't pick up. So there is a chance if that ever comes up, I would be like, they let out a scream, and then we just add a sound effect afterward for it. Because my microphone already hates picking up my voice for some reason. It really doesn't like to. All right, let's put in crumbling stone. Oh, this is going to be devious. This is evil. You mean to listen to Spellcheck, but I just keep forgetting to. It is a decent listen, and it is going to get really long. There is a mini series that I've already been working on that's a spin-off of the main campaign. And why I say I've already been working on it is no one else on the Spellcheck cast has, and they don't know anything but the name. Because the reason I've been working on it is because it involves some really important history of that world. In fact, one of the first things I mention in that campaign is something called the Theoclism. I've been cooking on a mini campaign called Theoclism, which I think will be very fun. Oh yeah, this is evil. All these rails are just going to drop out from underneath them. I'm hoping the rails give them a false sense of security. Oh, I just realized something. You can get stuck in these holes because the things don't break above you. I think I need to make it so that it automatically breaks blocks above you as well, because if I fall over here, I have no way to get up through this ladder. Yeah, we can fix that though. That's not too bad. Also, I saw a disco just say the word "bintu" wrong. And I keep, since he said that, I didn't even react. But I've just been thinking about the creature known as a Binturong. It's just such a glorious creature. Oh, I actually have messages from a voice actor. Okay. It is a message from a voice actor I know saying, "Hey, I accidentally blew up your Minecraft house. Hey, I just started watching your stuff a few weeks ago and want to say I think you're doing really cool stuff." Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tiny Miner. I'm glad you're enjoying that. I'm glad I can get back to it recently, to be honest. Heartbreaking news. Yeah, that same house has been blown up so many times. There's just like a Minecraft server I play on that I own that Yeah. So many creepers have blown up. I don't know if I'll ever make videos on that, though. It's kind of like when I want to play Minecraft not on stream for the most part, so I don't know if I'll ever touch that one. Sometimes I just need to keep certain things sacred. I don't do a lot of gaming off camera anymore. I think the only times I really do gaming off camera anymore is a little bit of Helldivers and then, well, working on videos that I need to do off camera stuff for. Which I feel like sounds a little depressing, but I have no issue with that. It's fine. I like streaming and I like making videos. Oh, that is the wrong cobblestone. That's evil cobblestone. That's wobblestone. You know what? Let's make it so you actually can see through right here. Let's see. It's important to separate work and leisure spaces to increase productivity. Altair PDA. That is so real. Sometimes you gotta do stuff off camera too. Though I don't do that much. Maybe I'll show it on camera sometime, but I probably won't stream doing anything on there. Is this the third area? Yep. This is the very start of it. We're just starting it up. I say just starting them. This is probably around 9 hours in. Actually, a lot of the hours went toward the new randomization system, which I love so much more. I do think before we end stream today, we'll do some test runs. Not because there's anything new to test, really, but just for fun. And I like to show off what state the game's in. So I think we'll finish this room and then do that. Or maybe we won't. What time is it? It's like 11:20 at night. We could probably do a few test runs right now. So we'll just have to remember that one's not done. Oh, wait, is this one done? Oh, this one's not done either. Oh, wait, no, is it? Oh, it's missing a few bits of detailing. There we are. Just a little bit of detail. Oh yeah, also welcome to stream, my name. Yeah, why don't we run some tests? Just for fun. It's not going to include any of the new rooms because I haven't set them up to generate yet. That's kind of like the last step I usually do. So let's go just drop ourselves down in here. And save and quit because we're going to make a copy of the world just in case. I do love doing a few full runs on stream here and there. Oh, we can also go into full screen mode. We're not going back and forth. All right, here we go. What class do we want today? I will do Heretic. Doing one right now? Yeah, we're about to do one test run right now. Time to show how bad I am at my own game live on stream once again. I do need something in here while you're waiting. Because everyone always tries to go up here, but you can't. I made some sound effects for the doors. Oasis Ruins. Oh yeah, here's the new randomization system. I don't know if everyone's seen this. Take potion. So now instead of having predetermined stuff, it works like this. Just so much nicer. Best helmet. Ooh, blood sacrifice already? Do that. Oh, the slot machine style's awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy with how that one turned out. There's no pants better than this, so we'll enchant them. Oh, hello. Why don't we just go right past these guys? Murder those guys. So yeah, it'd be cool if you put that system into zone-themed slot machines. I have considered doing slot machines like that. Though after making that system, I don't know how well they'd work. Blood sacrifice. Hemorrhage Hound. Summon item. What do you have? Ooh, best helmet. Actually, some really nice stuff in there. We'll have to come back if I get some emeralds. Well, we won't be coming back. This is a point of no return. This is 2 hearts, so we'll drink that. Yeah, this is the easy boss. Or the easy mini boss, I mean. Just these 2 goobers. And I have a good weapon, so they're not bad. Ooh, that hurt. Is this worth it? We're doing it now, so. There we go. Probably a bow. Or ranged weapon. Okay, we got probably the best ranged weapon. Though I actually would like the bow. Weapon called Pot Smasher for breaking pots since bots can hold items. That'd be kind of cool. Then I could actually add stuff. Maybe that's the ability Brigands should have. Instead of being able to kill wandering traders, they should be able to raid stuff. That would actually be probably cooler. That they can go and open up all the pots for emeralds. Okay, anything for 10? Yeah, I'll just save my money. I'll just run through before the silverfish get me. Alright, boss battle time. Oh, that's more healing than I need right now. And arrows that I can't use right now. We're gonna want this. I don't like these guys. Get out of here. Yeah. I might drop down the Hemorrhage Hound right here. Okay, Hemorrhage Hound is down. It looked like it was just a puppy, but that doesn't matter to me. It's doing its job. Did it die? It lost? Those things are tough. Why'd it die? That's fire res. Gotta kill this guy quick. Oh, I forgot we have a rising strength modifier. Because we've done 2 blood sacrifices, we have double strength right now. Oh yeah, I finally changed this icon. Ooh, we are looking good right now. This is a good run. Gotta wait for portal to open up. I usually cut this part out, but it does take a little bit to load. I'll put a little thing on the screen that says loading eventually. Starship reportedly sacrificed baby puppy. Yeah, allegedly. Get away from me. Ow, that hurt. Not as much as it could have. But it still hurt. I might take my fire res soon. No, you're kidding. Another one of these guys? I'm starting to hurt. Real bad. Oh, please something good. Potion of healing, please. Potion? It could be healing? Oh! I actually... That is so unlikely that I actually get exactly what I asked for. Because I could have gotten any type of item, and then even if I got the type of item correct, it was unlikely I got specifically healing. Oh, I forgot about this room. This room's real bad. I'm just gonna run. Just gonna get out of there. Please, more healing. Emeralds and arrows, weapon and echo shard. We can't even use echo shards because we're heretic. I guess I'll take this. That's not even that much. Weapon. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that. Never understood what Bedrock got than the 1.19 combat in a different region system. Yeah, me neither. Kinda weird. I guess I'll enchant my... You know what? Chestplate. I need defense. Oh, we got the harder mini-boss as well. We might be so cooked. Gamers, we might be so cooked. Here we go. If we can squash him under all four, then we win. Oh, he got me. Is the third area just mineshaft themed? It's more like, specifically like a kind of crystal cavern quarry kind of thing. There's gonna be other sections that aren't just mineshaft. I'm just doing all the mineshaft rooms at once. Alright, why don't we play a different character? Blue art. I do love Artisan. It's my favorite. I love him. I love him so much. He's my guy. Feel very crystally. The crystals need to be bigger. The other rooms with crystals will be bigger. I just need to make sure it's not like perpetually giant crystals. Sharpness 2, knockback 1. I like the design of the spawn. Should make it like a castle or cathedral with stained glass mosaics. There is actually a design to the stained glass. I just don't think I've ever properly shown it. It's not like crazy though. It's something small, just like a little star pattern on each one. Evoker religion. I think the evokers might go against this whole thing. In fact, there may be evokers later in the game to fight. Probably in Zone 3, or at least like one version of Zone 3. There'll be evokers. Oh yeah, also I should clarify, the third region isn't Mineshaft. It isn't the Crystal Quarry. Crystal Quarry is an alternate first region. So it'll replace this zone sometimes. That's okay, these ones are still glitched out. This was happening earlier. I can still take that. Yeah, okay. This one didn't get the update. I fixed this issue everywhere else. I guess it just still exists here. Oops. How do the regions go right now? So right now it'll be Oasis Ruins or Crystal Quarry. Followed by followed by Infernal Workshop and something else. And then two alternate third regions, and then some unique finale ones that are going to be smaller. I will instantly die if I take this. That's a shame. will be the alternative for the Underwater Ruins. Underwater Ruins might be Zone 3, or it actually might be the alternate for Infernal. Oh, this is the most expensive item in the game right there. It's nearly 50 emeralds, but I don't have that kind of money. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that right there. Where are they? Oh, that one's behind me. We live. Make an ocean monument region with the Elder Guardian boss. There may be a water region like that planned. In fact, I may already have someone to voice act the boss for that zone that I've talked to already. Because they always told me they want to be a sea hag. So I just figured, you know what, why don't they voice a sea hag? But yeah, that is in the works. Flooring into an out zone 2 is a smart design choice. It lets the geography be generally consistent no matter what the alternate region to exactly. So one thing that's fun is alternate zone 2 is also going to be in the nether. Oh, these are the broken ones. I can still take whatever's up here. But yeah, I have to fix that. That laugh, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh yeah, the water region's probably going to be a rough one for players. I'm so dead. I'm so cooked. These are bogged. There's the last one over there. No, I almost got him. Create fungus. Fungus, I don't know if we'll make it into any of the zones. Crystal Quarry was going to be more mushroom related originally. But it got modified. Okay, we'll be Zealot next. This will probably be last run of the night. Unless it's really short. I just realized I have actually been forgetting to hit the reset button on this game, which is going to completely break this save. But it's fine. This is a temporary save anyway. We're only playing 3 games, so it shouldn't create that big of issues. Ooh, some very good stuff in there that I can't buy. Oh, and immediately an altar. Ooh, acrobatic prowess. Cool, we got jump boost. We have really good jump boost, in fact. Is there any way I can use this to cheese this area? There is. There absolutely is. Oh crap. You know what? We run it back. Because I forgot to hit reset anyway. Let's just hit reset. Okay, so that's going to run a bunch of commands that resets the whole dungeon. Don't worry about that. That just happens sometimes. It'll go away. When it's done resetting, it'll remove any effects that resetting gave me. Anyway, yeah, we'll do Zealot again. There we go. Now we won't have glitchy mobs from previous runs hanging out still. Why is the reset not automatic? Because that is not where it's going to be. It will be automatic in the final version. I just haven't implemented it as a full feature yet. That's not meant to be that way. I think this is from me not resetting it properly all these times. That's kind of what happens when you don't reset it. Yay, more potions. That's what I needed. I need 1 trillion potions. And apparently 1 trillion traders as well. Maybe emeralds? Emeralds? 25? Not bad. 32 arrows isn't horrible. Or a copper chest plate. Iron helmet's really good, but a bow I think is better because it's guaranteed bow. And I like to have a bow in dangerous situations. Less chance for enemies to hit me. Up here. So wipes every current room and resets everything. Yeah, that's what this one does pretty much. It's like 100 command blocks that make it all work. I wish there was an easier way. Also, for some reason, every time I generate the dungeon, it builds up a little extra lag. And then if I reset the world, like I just go out and then back in, it fixes it all. The lag's gone. Oh, that glitched out. Yeah, this is why you gotta reset things properly. Wait, I'm going backwards. That's the issue. I might just be stupid. Little bit stupid. Go through here. Here. The villager economy may be very realistic. Yeah, I think I might need to make it so you get emeralds more often. These are the glitched ones. Fire resistance, and then arrows or chestplate. I'll take chestplate. It is useless. Great. I imagine this world run well on my potato laptop. Yeah, totally. Run through here. For the bog to see me. Oh, it's the harder boss. I haven't taken damage yet, though. I don't have arrows. I have a bow, but no arrows. This is really bad. Oh, I kind of juggled it there. I don't have healing right now. Healing would be great. Yes. Instant health. Helmet is better because I don't have one. Best helmet in the game. Yeah, we have full health there. You get arrows with the bow? No. You have to get those separate. This game's kind of brutal on what it actually gives you. I'm actually gonna get myself more armor. There. I think I might just change every creature's drops to drop emeralds so you have an incentive to fight. Yeah, I'm sure nothing I've done in this world is going to cause anyone any lag when they play it. Arrows, yeah, hey, normal, okay, it's just normal, that's okay. Yeah, I've also thought about making it so you can sell items. We are in so much trouble right now. Never mind, we're not healing. Chestplate. Did a little bit better. Different mobs drop different items, different triggers, accept different currency. It would just be a lot of extra currencies and complications to add. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Always skeletons first. We're in so much trouble. Actually, wait. I have an idea. Okay, I don't have enough arrows to do a lot of damage to the main boss. But he's undead. So these healing arrows are gonna hit hard. So I might be able to kill him with healing arrows. I just gotta make sure I hit him with like a lot of them. I'm missing a lot. For someone named Sir Archer, my aim is oh crap, they got me. Alright, I think that's where we call it for the night. But thank you everyone for watching and supporting this project in general. Because to be honest, the file deletion thing was frustrating enough. I kind of considered calling it quits, but having so many like nice comments and other stuff and people bringing it up on stream and stuff definitely made me want to keep working on it. And in the end, I actually recovered the files anyway, so it worked out. So, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in a future stream. Bye everyone.